All right, who wants to give me AH and K? Dominic. Perfect. -2, -1, and -2. Now, even though it didn't ask us to write this out, off to the side, let's write the equation for our vertical asymptote and our horizontal asymptote. All right, so the vertical asymptote is always going to be at x equals what? Which one do I use for the vertical asymptote? H. So it would be x equals -1. That's if we had to graph it. We're not graphing it. My horizontal asymptote would be at y equals what? -2 because of the k value. All right, because a is -2, because it's negative, the graph is going to reflect. It's also going to stretch. Because h is -1, what is that going to make the graph do? That's what a does, yep. And what about h? Goes to the left one. And k being -2 is going to push it down 2. Okay. So let's finish out our graphing. We got 5 questions. Go to page 13. Let's go. We got 5 questions. That's it. Get some color pencils for your asymptotes. Color pencils, highlighters, something like that. That sounds good. Okay, so notice that this graph has a little minus sign in front. That minus sign gets moved upstairs, okay? That means A is negative. So if you see a negative sign in front of the fraction, that means A is negative. So A is -1, H is +2, K is -1. Your vertical asymptote would be at x equals 2. Your horizontal one is at y equals -1. Let's go ahead and graph those asymptotes. Pick up one of your colors. We have a vertical one at +2 and a horizontal one at -1. Okay, and then remember, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in. In pencil, put your plus, plus, minus, minus. Okay, so because A is negative, that means that I am not going to graph in the positive. So I'm gonna actually kind of color this side in. I'm not using this side. My graph, I like to call them my butterfly wings, will be here and here. So I'm zooming in really, really close. Okay, put your pencil at the cross. When I say the cross, I'm talking about where your two colored pencils come together. A is -1. Whenever it's -1, that's pretty easy to do. That means I only hop up once and take a step in. Okay? If A was 2, I would hop up twice and take a step in. If A was 3, I would hop up 3 times and take a step in. But it's just 1. Starting for the cross, step up 1 time, put your point down. Now, when I put down my point, when I put down my point, it's the same. The point is going to be in the same place. If I go to the left and step up 1, it's still in that 1 spot. Okay? So from that, using that 1 spot, we're going to graph. Come in really close to your asymptote. Hit that 1 point. Make a bend. And go straight up. That's half. Now go back to the cross and do the same thing. This time I'm going to step down once. Move over. Put your point down. It would be at the same place if I were to go to the right one and take a step down. Whenever A is 1, there will only be 1 point. Draw your graph. It comes in really close. Takes that 1 point, makes a U-turn, and goes down. And that is it. Now there are 3 transformations that this graph made. And whenever we talk about transformations, this is what the parent looks like. So the 3 changes, number 1, it reflected. It reflected to the negative side. Because H is 2, the parent graph moved to the right 2. And because K is -1, it went down 1. And that's it. Now for our last questions, they're not in transformation form. So the first thing we have to do is a little bit of long division to put it in transformation form. So I will remind you how to do it. Let's get it done. Number 9. This is not transformation form. If you see an X at the top and an X at the bottom, that's not transformation form. We need to do long division. So what we're going to do is put the X plus 1 on the outside, 2X plus 5 on the inside, under the hood. So I'm going to write the steps out too. Number 1, you divide the first terms. So that means I'm going to take, excuse me, I'm going to take 2X and divide it by X. So let's do that. That's the first term. And we get 2. Put that number on the roof. This is my K value. That's K. Step number 2 is distribute. So I'm going to take that 2 that I got, and I'm multiplying it by my denominator, which is X plus 1. So go ahead and do that. And when you distribute, you get 2X plus 2. I want you to bring the 2X plus 2 over here. And then your last and final step is to change, add. So what that means is that this 2x plus 2, I'm going to change both to a negative. When you add, you end up with a 3. And that's your A. So let's write it in transformation form. F of x equals, make your fraction. A is 3, that goes on the top. X plus 1 is still your denominator. And then the plus 2 is in the back. That's your transformation form. So I went slow so you all can have a chance to copy down those steps. Make sure you copy down the steps. So let's do it. So Daniela, what would my A, H, and K be? Okay. Okay. Thank you. So my horizontal asymptote is y. That's always y equals k. So you're going to write y equals 2. And my vertical asymptote is x equals h. X equals -1. Pick up your pencils. Let's draw it in. Draw in my vertical asymptote, -1. My horizontal asymptote, +2. Okay, now go to the cross. Wait, before we do that, let's do our plus, plus, minus, minus. Plus, plus, minus, minus. So A is positive. So because A is positive, I'm not using this area. I'm going to color this in. I'm not using that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and graph it. This is important. Go to the cross. Put your pencil at the cross. What is A? A is 3. So I want you to go here. Hop up 3 times. Take 1 step in, put a point. What page are we on for Dalen? 13. Go to the cross. Hop up 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Take a step in. That's my point right there. Go back to the cross. This time we go right. 1, 2, 3. Take a step up. Put a point. Let's connect it. Come in really close to your asymptote. Now we're taking our turn. The turn is stretched. It's further away. And it goes out. Same thing here. Go back to the cross. Now you're going to go left 3. 1, 2, 3. Take a step down. Put a point. And lastly, you go down 3. 1, 2, 3. Take a step over. Put a point. And draw it out. That is what you would have to do on the last test. Oh, so I just love this time. So close to being done. I just copied you guys' final exams. I'm almost done. Almost done with everything. All right, we got 3 more. Now let's do it. We got to start off by dividing. Divide your first terms. Take the 2x and divide it by x. Whatever answer you get in step 1 is k. That's the number I'm putting on the roof. Then we take that 2, now multiplying it by x plus 4. Two x plus 8. Now, when I say change, it's because I'm saying we flip both of the signs. They just happen to both be positive. So they both switch to negative. But if one of the terms was negative, it would flip to positive. You change. So they both become negative. My remainder is a 1. This is k, this is a. So your transformation form, f of x equals 1 over x plus 4 plus 2. I'm going to give you a moment to graph that. I'm going to come around and take a look. Yes.
How do you know what side is constant?
Okay, so if your A value determines that. So positive sides are positive, positive, and this is negative, negative. That's how you know. Good question. All right, let's move on to the next one. 2 more. So let me zoom in. Couple of things. Don't forget to switch your H to the opposite side. So this was -4 for my vertical, and my horizontal was +2. Anybody need more time with this one before we move on to the next one? Okay. Let's set it up. X plus 1 into 3x plus 6. We'll do this one together, and the last one you could do by yourself. Divide your first terms, which would be 3x and x. Whatever you get, that is k. Put that on the roof. Step 2, take that 3 and multiply it by your denominator, which was x plus 1, which gives you 3x plus 3. Slide it over and flip. Flip, flip. And we get 6 minus 3, which is a 3. So this time my A and my K are both 3. So my equation will be f of x equals 3 over x plus 1 plus 3. Go ahead and graph it out. Don't forget to flip the sign of H. All right, that's what your asymptote should look like. Should be y equals 3 and x equals -1. Flip it to a negative. Then you figure out which areas you're going to color in. A determines that. A is positive, so I'm going to color in my negatives. I don't need this. Go to the cross. A is 3, so you got to hop up 3, take a step in. Right 3, take a step in. Left 3, take a step in. Down 3, take a step in. From the cross. All right, what you all think about the graphing part? Thumbs up, sideways, down. Where are we at with the graphing? Okay. It's a little tricky. Okay, last one. We done. Look at number 12. Let's set it up. X minus 5, 2x minus 11. Let me bring that down a little bit. It's kind of high. Divide your first terms. Take the answer you get, put that on the roof. That's K. Then take that 2 and multiply it by x minus 5. Which is going to give you 2x minus 10. Now, this is the first time where they both weren't positive. So when I bring it over here, 2x minus 10, I have to change. which means I'm changing the positive 2x to a negative and the negative 10 to a positive. Negative 11 plus 10 is negative 1. That is your A value. So now we have a negative A. So when we write our equation, we have, T of x equals, make your fraction bar. Negative 1 is on the roof, x minus 5, and then plus 2. All right, take a minute, try to graph that out by yourself. So you should have an asymptote at x equals negative 5 and y equals 2. Who had that? Negative 5 and 2. All right, good. So these two areas are my positive areas, and these two are my negative areas. A is negative. Okay, because it's negative, I'm not using the positive. So negative 1, that means I'm only hopping up once, left once, down once, right once. There's only going to be one point. This is my only point. Oops, wrong one. My only point. The main thing is making sure you have them in the right quadrants. And this is what your graph will look like.